Good morning, goddammit. P1ss Vinegar day 275. Not training legs. My legs are totally toasted from copying leg kicks and shit yesterday, so I'm just gonna lift weights with the upper body. Anyway, today I want to talk about accepting your genetic limitations and how it will set you free. So, I'm seeing a lot of this sort of thing in the natural community nowadays where it's like breaking the genetic limit and not accepting your genetics and you'll be way bigger than you think you could be and all that kind of shit. Especially this breaking your genetic limit thing. That's fucking ridiculously stupid, but I'll talk about that in a second. But the thing I want to talk about is believing in the idea that genetics aren't real and that you can get fucking massive and you look freaky and shit will inspire you to train for a little while, and then it won't come to fruition because genetics are real and it's gonna bum you the fuck out. I remember when I was like 20, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look like Eric Bugenhagen one day because I kind of don't look too dissimilar to him. Same height, similar build, but he's just got fucking enormously better genetics. And I thought, yeah, man, I'm gonna like look like that. That's my goal. And then after like 5 years of training, I was like, fuck, I don't look anything like him because he has significantly different muscular insertions. He has much wider clavicle bones and just generally has better genetics in general. He's majorly strong, much more type 2 dominant. And that kind of fucked with my head and it made me go, oh, well, now I don't care about his training as much because now I'm realizing that my genetics are supremely average and genetics are definitely a real thing. But more recently, I've accepted my genetics. I just kind of looked at everything for what they were. Like one thing, for example, or two things. I always would look at my physique and go, why? What? There's something fucking off about my physique that just doesn't allow me to look really X level good. Like I look good, but I don't look supremely good or anything. And I came to the conclusion that it's quite obvious actually. I have a fucking humongous head, which throws off my V-taper. I don't have particularly massively wide shoulders. They're probably average, and that makes it worse because I have such a big head. And then I have a very, very big waist. It doesn't look like it from this angle. This is actually kind of a illusionary angle, but I have a big old waist. And there is nothing I can do to change those things. You can't make my head smaller. I can't make my waist smaller. My hip bone's a lot smaller. And once I accepted that, I'll never have a truly exceptional physique because of that. Like, I'll have a good physique, but I'll never look like one of those freaky top 1% people. I just went, actually, who gives a fuck anyway? What do I give a fuck? But if you're striving for something that's never going to happen, you're like, oh, I really care about that thing. It's going to bum you the fuck out when you realize you don't have it. So look in the mirror and look at your insertions and look at your muscle bellies and look at your bone structure and be fucking honest with yourself. Because the thing is, everyone can generally get the same size. Like, all the Mr. Olympia guys, for example, like professional bodybuilders on stage, they're all basically the same size, like 23-inch arms, 60-inch chests, massive fucking legs, blah, blah, blah. They're metrically the same, but they're not muscular insertion, muscle belly, cutting light the same. Their insertions are different. Kai Green looked different to fucking Phil Heath. Phil Heath just had sick insertions, and these are all very genetically gifted guys. So what you have to really think about is, okay, I'm just not gonna look like this specific thing that I want to look like because my bones and my muscle bellies, the things that I simply can't change, are not going to change. You can't change them. You can bias certain muscles to overcompensate. Like for example, right now, I'm mostly focusing more so on my torso muscles, like my shoulders, my chest, and back. Those are really important for me because I don't have a big rib cage and I have a really small waist. Really big waist. I need to offshoot those things. There are ways around this, but you have to accept reality. Because if you start thinking, oh, genetic limits aren't real, bro, because I listened to some fucking fake natural tell me so, you're a fucking idiot. Genetics are real. And there is a limitation to how big you can get. You can't just keep getting bigger and bigger infinitely. You're not going to be 40 one day and look like an IFBB pro. That's not how it works. It just isn't. I wish it was, but it isn't. And once you accept that, you'll feel a hell of a lot better, and you won't care so much. Otherwise, you'll be neurotic and you have body dysmorphia, and you'll feel like shit. Part of being natty is accepting that you're never really going to look crazy, freaky, massive, jacked unless you have really good genetics. Yeah. What else could I say about this? The best example I could give is I have a couple of clients right now, maybe like 7 male clients who have identical arm sizes. They have 14.5-inch arms exactly. And on one side of the spectrum, one guy with 14.5-inch arms, which is bigger than the average arm, by the way, looks fucking small because his muscle bellies are shit and he's got no vascularity. He doesn't look like he lifts, even though his arms are not too bad. I have another client who has 14.5-inch arms and literally looks the same size as me right here. I have 16.5-inch arms. But because his muscular insertions and vascularity and graininess and everything are so fucking immaculate, he looks just as big as me, even though I have 2-inch bigger arms. Way, way different to the other guy I'm talking about who has the same size arm, who has horrible insertions. So they're the same size, and all these guys I'm talking about are the same size, but there's a vast difference between how they look because of their genetic predisposition. And that's just something you can't change, but you can accept it, and you can stop caring about it once you accept it. If you don't accept it, you'll never stop caring about it. I've been there, and it's fucking garbage. It's one of the leading causes of dysmorphia among natties is not the lack of hope in the physique that you can build, it's the lack of acceptance of the physique that you can't quite build. Anyway, that's it for today. Peace out, bye.